Explorer, visionary, repeat customer, Christopher Columbus. A name synonymous with exploration and discovery, but also with a series of unexpected detours.
He wanted to find a new route to the east. The spices, the silk, the treasures of the Orient were calling his name. He was determined to chart a course that would change the world. Instead, he found a new continent, multiple times. We're not sure how. He wasn't sure how. Each time he set sail, he ended up somewhere unexpected, yet significant. It was as if the new world was playing a game of hide and seek with him. It's like finding your keys in the fridge 3 times in a row. You know you put them somewhere logical, but there they are, in the most illogical place. You're thrilled, but also, what is happening? Columbus must have felt a mix of excitement and bewilderment each time he landed on unfamiliar shores. Imagine setting sail with a clear goal. You have your maps, your crew, your provisions. You're ready to conquer the unknown. Now imagine ending up in the same unexpected location again and again. That was Chris's life. Each voyage brought him back to the same bewildering reality, a new land that wasn't part of his plan. It's the historical equivalent of your drunk uncle showing up at Thanksgiving dinner, surprised to see you, even though he does this every year. Columbus's repeated discoveries were like a cosmic joke, a reminder that even the best laid plans can go hilariously awry. Columbus's navigation skills? Well, let's just say they were a bit unconventional. If only he had Google Maps back then, it would have saved everyone a lot of time and confusion. Imagine the relief of his crew. His idea of a map was apparently dropping breadcrumbs in the ocean. Yes, you heard that right, breadcrumbs. Except, in his case, the breadcrumbs were entire islands. Can you imagine trying to navigate with islands as your markers? And he kept finding the same crumbs over and over again, like a never-ending loop of confusion.
Turn left at the giant floating pineapple. No, seriously, that was probably his level of direction.
Wait, no, my bad. That was last year. Or was it the year before? Time seemed to blur in his logbook. Columbus's logbook must have read like a bad comedy sketch, filled with scribbles, corrections, and probably a lot of face-palming moments. And yet, there he was, bumping into America like it owed him money. It's almost as if he stumbled upon it by sheer luck. Imagine the crew's reaction trying to make sense of his directions. It must have been a mix of frustration and amusement. Today, we have GPS and detailed maps making navigation a breeze, but back then it was a whole different story. Columbus's maps were probably as accurate as a child's drawing, full of imagination but lacking in precision. Despite all the confusion, he did manage to sail across the ocean and make history. So maybe there's something to be said for his unique approach. Picture this. You're chilling on a beach, minding your own business. Suddenly, ships, bearded dudes, they speak a language that sounds like a seagull choking on a kazoo. This happened to the native people multiple times.
Not these guys again.
Didn't we do the whole first contact thing already? You can't blame them for being a little confused. Imagine explaining that no, this wasn't a yearly visit, this was just Chris being Chris. Section 4. Deja vu all over again. This coconut tree seems familiar. The Caribbean sun, sand, and the constant fear that Columbus might show up again.
You'd think, after discovering the same continent a couple of times, you'd remember.
But no, Columbus was committed to the bit.
Maybe he thought America was like a pop-up shop. Here one year, gone the next.
Or maybe, just maybe, he was just really, really lost. Section 5. The legacy of a lost legend, father of New World frequent flyer miles. So what did we learn? That Columbus was an explorer? Sure, he set sail across the vast, uncharted Atlantic Ocean, driven by a vision of finding a new route to Asia. His voyages were filled with peril and uncertainty, yet he pressed on, undeterred by the unknown.
Visionary? Debatable. Some say he was a man ahead of his time, dreaming of possibilities that others couldn't fathom. Others argue he was simply lucky, a man who stumbled upon something extraordinary by sheer chance.
A man who couldn't find his way out of a paper bag if it was made of maps? Absolutely. Despite his navigational errors and miscalculations, Columbus's determination and resilience were undeniable. He may have been lost, but he was persistent.
But hey, at least he gave us a good story. A story about a guy who accidentally stumbled upon a continent. His unintended discovery changed the course of history, opening up the new world to exploration and colonization.
It's the kind of story you couldn't make up. A tale of adventure, misadventure, and the relentless human spirit. Columbus's legacy is a mix of myth and reality, a narrative that continues to captivate and intrigue.
But thankfully, history already did. And in the end, Columbus's journeys remind us that sometimes the greatest discoveries are made by those who dare to get lost.